Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Us here in Detroit, it was to say a bittersweet weekend, is putting it mildly. Saturday, our Detroit Tigers, who everyone pretty much counted out. Got a little mic issue here. Everyone counted our Tigers out, not only around the rest of the MLB, but us as well. And those boys, I tell you what, they never gave up. So big shout out to our Detroit Tigers for a hell of a season towards the end there. Made it a lot of fun. And of course, our Detroit Lions just put a whooping on Dallas, and a great game. And unfortunately, it came with a big loss for us as we lost. Don't tell your best player with Hutch with a busted leg, but you know what? As Campbell has said about this team, and we all know, man, talk about grit and fire. And Hutch, I mean, I don't know anyone who works harder. So he'll be back. But as you know, nature of the game, it's a contact sport. People get hurt. I've played hockey my whole life up until I wasn't able to play because of my injuries. And sometimes you'll hear people saying how they want to change different rules for player safety and all that. And I get it. But you know what? When you're, getting involved in contact sports, just remember what the first part of that was: contact. If you're playing football, if you're playing hockey, you're going to get your ass stomped. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hurt. Any type of sports, I mean, hell, it doesn't matter. I mean, baseball, basketball, volleyball, shit, anything where there's movement, there's a possibility for an injury. But when you're playing contact sports such as football, rugby, hockey, soccer, there's contact. So just sending out our best wishes. And I'm off today, off on Monday, so I just wanted to pop on here and give a shout out to a few people and give a couple updates what we got going on, because there's a lot going on. And the one big thing is, you guys know, we are now very, very lucky to, not lucky, man, we're blessed. Luck has nothing to do with it. And I just want to make sure that we are looking good here as far as our connections. Yeah, we're good. We now have our own producer and editor, Matt Cronin, and just the positive things are really starting to roll, and really appreciate everyone's help. And we are definitely ramping things up as far as shows, interviews, as far as having guests come on. As you guys know, I'm always leaving it out there for you. Whenever you guys are ready, your time. It's up to you. Whenever you want to come on and talk about your story, you're more than welcome. But I've always said, man, make sure that this is something that you want, because when you're dealing, and it's not just dealing with addiction, when you're dealing with anything of personal matters, that is, a painful situation, man. And when it's personal, make sure it's something that you want, and it's not something that is being pushed on you by family and friends. I'm doing this, and getting to talk to a lot of people. I'll be hearing, I want to share my story. I want to do this, want to do that. And it's like, great, let's do it. Let's, we'll get you going. And after some conversations, all of a sudden I'll hear, my wife, my husband, my girlfriend, my brother, my mother, my sister, said that this would be good for me, that I should do this to kind of keep the ball moving and just to get it out there, and it'll help me. And you know what? It very well might. But the last thing that you should do is something on social media that you are not 100% sure on, especially when it's talking about something so personal and so painful as dealing with not only the addiction that it is, whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be, but then sharing the horror stories that go along with it. that are extremely personal and private, that our family and the people throughout the recovery family make a choice to come forward and to share their stories, not only for themselves. A lot of people out that I have on the show or that I've talked to say that they feel like almost like this cleansing. There's almost like a rebirth after doing the show and getting it out there. And it's like taking that next step. But to do it because somebody else wants you to could be something very, very, very bad for you. I mean, it could be something very counterproductive. So you are more than welcome on the show anytime. You are more than welcome to tell your story. And if you can get as deep into it as you want, or tell as little as you want. It's your story, your words, your voice. But the only thing I ask is, and I always ask before we go on, are you sure? Because I've had people that'll say, man, it looks like it's so much fun to come on and do these shows. And trust me, it is. I have an absolute riot. I love doing this. I love going on live. I love doing shows as a host, as a guest, doing public speaking. I absolutely love it. But there's a serious side of why this all started. My Fight or War. My vision and what I'm going to do with this is the reason I started this. I didn't do this. I didn't create My Fight or War to be just like everybody else and do it their way. Just like with ourselves in recovery, there's a lot of different organizations out there. There's a lot of different platforms out there and different ways to attack addiction, whether it's social media, whether it's in person, whether it's both, there's a lot of different choices, which is great because that's what we need. We need choices when it comes to something like this. So, with My Fight or War, when I started this, I was very, very, straightforward. So listen, man, I'm not a counselor. I don't have degrees behind me. I got the wolf. The wolf has my back and always has. I got a huge ass tattoo on my back of a wolf. I just love the pack mentality, the way that the pack mentality takes care of each other. Same thing with My Fight or War. Same thing with all of us. With us, you're here as family. You're not a client. You're not a, whatever. Sometimes, you have to use different terminology when you type in your stuff, when you start social media. And it said group. And that, okay, fine. But, this is a family to me. And, our family is made up of people from all different kinds of different parts of the world, man. It's all different social standings, all different races, and all different everything. Addiction doesn't care who it goes after. But the one thing I said is, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have these degrees or I'm a peer coach or a life recovery or a family peer coach or anything like that, or any type of counselor, because I'm not. What I am is one of you. What I am is someone who's gone through that dark ass journey that you feel that you're totally alone. That's scary as hell. I've been there, done it. So even though I will never know 100% what you're feeling, I do know what you're going through and how I felt. And what I want to do with My Fight or War is share those. Let's share what we're doing. Speaking of people who I just absolutely respect and love, is my brother, Boston 2%, who is tearing it up in Athens, Alabama. Well, I've been seeing what you're doing. Boston 2% is in Athens, Alabama with Lori Messina and there she is. I say her name and she appears. They are just doing amazing things, and we got to get them back on. Me and Lori talked a little bit yesterday about having them on live while someone else is doing their live in Athens to share their story, because Boston he tears it up wherever he goes, and Lori's been doing this for years. So Boston and Lori, I love you guys, your family, my Alabama family. I can't wait to see you guys in June when we come down there. And we got Swag. Jody's on here. Jody's doing some incredible things with Swaggy Sober, Swaggy Sober, and all the people that he's helping with his incredible family. So thank you, Jody. And bottom line, we're all here. We're in this together. So Boston, I'm going to be hitting you up soon. I've been reached out a few times and heard about what you're doing with all those kids, man. And not only that, the community. God bless you, brother. I love you, man. And Lori, you are doing incredible stuff, and you've been doing this for quite a while. And you needed that little extra volume in your voice. You needed a little extra intensity, and you got it with Boston 2%. And he's my brother. I love him, and like I've told him many times, I saw what he's done, and I reached out to him because of what he's done. And I've told him many times, I am so proud to be able to call him brother now. And before that, first and foremost, I was a fan. I was a fan of his, and the way that he not only talks, a lot of people talk, and that's okay as long as you back it up with whatever else is next. And that's Boston 2%. So love you, brother. We will be chit-chatting, and Lori, God bless you. So we are lining things up now with the things we're doing with the new show, the new platform, the new brand, everything, the logo, everything here is staying the same. It's basically everything behind the scenes with the editor, with our producer, and also with now basically another studio, which is, we've got the one that I'm in right now, which is in Detroit, Michigan, and the other one, which is Danbury, Connecticut, which we'll be flying out to at least once a month. We'll be going from here to New York over to Connecticut, and we've got very blessed to be there with my brother Ian Bick and doing shows with Ian and myself, along with other guests. And then there's another studio there as well, which I'll be using to do shows with My Fighter of War. So Ian Bick, locked in with Ian Bick, my brother, thank you so much for everything you've done. The people that you've helped introduce me to, the doors that you've opened, Ian, thank you. Because of you, Matt Cronin, our amazing producer and editor, because of you, Coach Dave, because of you, AJ Galante, and the others that are already lined up. We're going to be going there in November, the very first week of November, for 4 days, and we're going to be recording 3 of the 4. And we are looking at right now possibly doing 10 shows in 2.5 to 3 days. And then the work comes in for Matt, who's going to produce them and edit them. And from then on, from that date on, from the 1st of November on, we're going to be dropping shows once a week, nonstop, once a week, dropping shows. And not only that, here where I am in good old Detroit, Michigan, in the studio here, I'm going to continue to do our lives, which is going to be, not sure, like I said, what date we're going to be dropping the shows that we're going to be doing in New York with with Matt and all that. That is going to be recorded, edited, and produced, and then dropped once a week. What I'm going to be doing here was with our guests is going to be done live every Monday at 7:30 Eastern time, our time here. We've got people lined up, and they've been lined up because we've been trying to get this new platform together, and now we're in the middle of doing it. And OG has been reaching out to the people who have contacted us to come on the show, and the response has been awesome. So thank you guys. And we've got, I don't have the list in here, of course. OG is going to be coming by, and we'll probably come on again a little bit later to talk more about that in detail, because that's her job. But we've got the guests lined up, and that'll be every Monday at 7:30. So we will have family stories, people who want to share. Like I said, want to share whatever it is they do or don't want to, as much as they want to, as much as they, the bottom line is it's your story. It's your story to tell whatever way you want and however much of it you want. But that's going to be Mondays at 7:30 Eastern time. So every Monday we're going to be doing lives, and then once a week we'll be dropping the shows that are edited and produced by Matt Cronin. So thank you very much. And not only that, but it opened the door to a couple people that, like I said, that I met Coach Dave in Connecticut, AJ Galante in Connecticut and in New York doing things now. I'm going to be there. He's coming on our show. I'm going to be going on his show, and then possibly doing some speaking at some public events that they have going on. Still, everything's in the works. There's stuff going on with AJ in hockey. And as you guys that know me personally know that I've played hockey since I was like third, fourth grade, going all the way past, high school, college, juniors, and absolutely love it. That's my life. So once AJ heard about that and I heard about AJ, another family member, another brothership was born. And the possibilities there, it's going to be one hell of a ride there. I cannot wait for those stories. Lori, what do you got going on? Lori, I just saw your last comment there. And I finally saw Lori has got her front lawn set up. It looks amazing. I mean, you talk about down south, hanging out there sitting on the bales of hay. They got a beautiful cross that one of their family members made. It is gorgeous. And she called me the other day. She goes, I'm sitting out here in the rocking chair. Just a beautiful, beautiful Athens, Alabama day, enjoying this beautiful day that God gave us and enjoying everything, that is going along with having Boston 2% there, along with the rest of the community. I could see and feel the love coming from her just by hearing her voice. So, Lori, love you and keep doing the amazing things. And of course, Boston's got there. In case you start to get a little bit winded, need a little break, Boston will be there to poke that fire. But so like I said, just looking down here before OG gets here to go over the scheduling and all that. She's already reached out to a few people and for the Monday shows. But definitely looking forward to it. It's been in the works because it's been a little bit back and forth on days, a little bit back and forth on the platform, but back and forth on the studio and some issues. And I always said, man, I'm not going to sit here and go on just doing half-ass stuff without a reason, just to, try to, put up shit. I don't want to put that. That's the last thing I want to do, and I won't do it. That's why there was a pretty big gap of about 4 to 6 months between doing shows. So that's where we're at. But when she gets here, we'll pop on again, and I'll get a hold of you, Boston, and we'll see if sometimes what will happen is when we come on to do the lives a little bit later on in the night. It is about 5:35 here right now. All of a sudden, I'll see someone pop on, or all of a sudden, I'll have my phone will go off, and it'll be a text message from someone out there who wants to surprise some people, and they're like, "Manny, send me the link," and I'll send them the link, and next thing you know, hit that button, and there they are. So we'll pop on a little while, and who knows for sure, OG will be here going over everything, but who knows who may pop on and join us. You guys are always welcome. And again, Swag, Lori, Boston. I just saw my cousin Tony popped in there. Tony, good to see you, brother. And looking forward to seeing you. I think you said sometime in December. So, going to be happy to see you, man. And to all you guys, you have a good one. And we'll probably be on here in the next few hours or so to go over more as far as the scheduling. OG will be here to make that a little bit more clear as far as she's got her little method right now. She's reaching out to the people. Some of you have already been contacted and it's already set up in the books. So like I said, as of the other night, we was just kind of scattered, hit and miss stuff. And now, like I said, we were going over the guests that we're going to have in New York in those shows. And she goes, well, counting those, we're already booked out past through January now, which is just goes to show how much love and support there is with this family. And when I say this family, of course, it's my fight or war, but it's this family of elite, fraternity that we are all part of. And we're all in this together. So it doesn't matter if you're here in Detroit, Michigan, doesn't matter if you're in Athens, Alabama, doesn't matter if you're in Danbury, Connecticut. Doesn't matter. We've got our aunt, who is another family member in New Zealand, who I chatted with a little bit ago after our last show. and has an incredible story. She wants to come on. So we've got our family. We're reaching worldwide now. We're in New Zealand. We're in Ireland. We're the Philippines. So, thank you guys for your support. Thank you for Dan and Donna at Hard Knocks, Brad McLeod at Sober School, and everyone else. Ian Bick over at Locked In with Ian Bick. Thank you, Matt Cronin, Coach Dave, all you guys, for your help, and Kat over at Sober Patrol. We will be back here shortly. So if you guys have anything you want to chit chat about, today's Monday. Let's just do it. Open mic Monday. Why not? All right. We'll be chatting soon. Love you guys. Keep fighting a good fight.